Chapter 1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The place where the brain is stored. Preface. This should be the place, right? How come I can't find it? Uchiha Shinichi looked around with a worried look on his face. If he didn't find Uchiha Shirsui's body, his next plan would be ruined. Thinking of the scene in the original work where the electric pole maniac wielded the butcher knife, Uchiha Shinichi couldn't help but feel a little scared. He didn't feel anything when watching the anime in his previous life, but now that it's his turn to experience it himself, the feeling is not so good. The original body was just an ordinary Uchiha clan member with 2 Magatama. Although his mental power soared because of his travel through time and space and he surpassed the 3 Magatama, he directly opened the Mangekyo Sharingan like Obito, but the original owner's foundation was too low, a mere elite chunin. Even if the chakra increased significantly because of the opening of the Mangekyo Sharingan, his strength is at most that of an elite jonin. If he had the powerful eye technique like Uchiha Obito's, maybe he could even fight with a Kage-level warrior. Unfortunately, he only has one eye technique called sacrifice. Although the eye techniques in both eyes are sacrifice, the effects are completely different. The eye technique of the left eye is to sacrifice the enemy to replenish itself, and the eye technique of the right eye is to sacrifice the enemy to replenish others. One is self-serving, and the other is altruistic, but in the current environment of Konoha, the travel of the Uchiha clan is restricted. Where can he find people to sacrifice? Moreover, using weak people for sacrifice will not only fail to improve their strength, but will even waste their own limited eye power. He does not have any brothers or sisters to fuse the eternal Mangekyo, so he can only find some powerful people with high-cost performance are used for sacrifice. After all, good steel is used on the back of the knife. Alas, if only I could travel a few years earlier. A lot of people died in Konoha during the Nine-Tails Rebellion, including the 4th Hokage Minato Namikaze and his wife Kushina Uzumaki. If these corpses were obtained, wouldn't they be able to take off directly? As for why only corpses were chosen, it's not that my eye technique can only sacrifice corpses. Theoretically, as long as the opponent does not resist, even Kagaya Otsutsuki can be sacrificed. The problem is that my own strength is too weak now, and my eye power is difficult to recover. Choosing a living person who is stronger than myself for sacrifice may not necessarily succeed. At this point in time, the only one with the best cost performance is the traitor Uchiha Shirsui. This is also the only way he can it's a contribution to the Uchiha clan. With my current strength as an elite jonin, if I can successfully sacrifice Uchiha Shirsui, a Kage-level powerhouse with the Mangekyo Sharingan, even if there is some loss in the process, I can at least break through to the Kage-level strength, right? In this way, facing the night of genocide in a few months, I will have some self-protection. What is that? Found it. Below the river, an Uchiha youth who lost his eyes lay quietly on the shore, not knowing whether he was dead or in a coma. God will not let me go. Uchiha Shirsui, I will remember your contribution to the Uchiha clan. Still breathing. This guy is not dead yet. But it will be soon. No, we have to act quickly, otherwise it will be troublesome if the route comes later. Eye technique sacrifice. After Uchiha Shirsui let out a creepy scream while unconscious, his entire body turned into dust and scattered in the wind. Why is this sound like some kind of evil magic? This powerful feedback. No, the after effect is so strong, I have to leave quickly. Uchiha Shinichi dragged his shaky body and quickly rushed to the Uchiha clan. 10 minutes later, a group of root members wearing ANBU masks arrived here. Search carefully, don't miss any suspicious points, and signal immediately once you find the target. The opponent is Shunshin Shirsui, and we can't deal with him alone. As the captain of the team, Aburame Ryoma reminded his subordinates carefully. I didn't expect that even if he lost an eye, Uchiha Shirsui would still have such fighting power. Sure enough, Danzo was right to worry. Has the naturally evil Uchiha been hiding his strength all this time? Yes, Lord Ryoma. ×9. The roots scattered. At the same time, the Uchiha clan finally made it home. Falling on his own bed, Uchiha Shinichi felt the increasingly surging power in his body, and couldn't help showing an arrogant smile on his face. His guess was still a bit conservative. With this power in his body, he was more than enough to be promoted to the level of Kage, and it seemed that the eye technique of sacrifice was not as simple as he imagined. Feeling the eyes recovering and surpassing the previous eye power, even the cautious Shinichi couldn't suppress his excitement. Sacrificing Uchiha Shursui not only restored his previous consumption of the Mangekyo Sharingan, but also allowed him to obtain the instant body technique and the heaven-defying eye technique of Koto Amatsukami that made Uchiha Shursui famous. Is this killing two birds with one stone? His sacrificing, can you gain the abilities of the sacrificed person? If I sacrificed the body of Senju Hashirama, wouldn't I be able to awaken the sage body? Stay steady. The more you are at this time, the more you can't waste time. You have to plan carefully. From the experimental results, this kind of sacrifice should be affected by the state of the sacrificed person. Sacrificing a corpse can at most get a 60% bonus to the strength of the deceased, and sacrificing a living person can at most get a 110% bonus to the strength of the sacrificed person. Logically speaking, the difference should not be so big, and there is also loss in the sacrifice process. No matter how you say it, a living person will not retain 110% of his strength. He can only exert 100% of his own strength. Where does he get 110% of his strength to contribute to you? Could it be that he even sacrificed the other party's soul? The extra strength bonus belongs to the part of the soul of the deceased. After all, without exclusive secret techniques, ordinary people cannot exert their own soul power. In this way, the extra strength bonus has found its source. No wonder he can get 100% of Uchiha Shursui's strength. You have to know that this is Uchiha Shursui who has lost his Mangekyo, and he can actually bring himself a 100% bonus to his own strength. Fortunately, I got there in time. If I had been a little later, Uchiha Shursui would have died and his soul would have returned to the underworld. By then, not only would the soul energy be gone, but the value of the corpse would be completely different from that of a living person. By then, if I offered Shursui's corpse, at most I would only be able to increase his strength by 60%. If I was unlucky and it only increased by 30%, I would probably not even be able to reach the level of Kage. By then, all my plans would have to be declared bankrupt in advance, and I would have to find another way to run away. Besides, there were the filial son and the root members inside, and Uchiha Obito outside, so I might not even be able to escape. Chapter 2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. How is it? Have you found Uchiha Shursui? At the root, Shimura Danzo looked at the Mangekyo Sharingan with a four-cornered windmill pattern printed on it in the solution in his hand. The evil Uchiha clan still has some value. Reporting to Master Danzo, we have searched carefully and did not find Uchiha Shursui, but we did find some bloodstains downstream. Uchiha Shursui, he must have been rescued by someone. Looking at Danzo, whose face was getting more and more gloomy on the main seat, Aburame Ryoma became more and more nervous. In other words, Uchiha Shursui might not be dead yet. Thinking of the consequences he would have to face next, Danzo felt uneasy. If Uchiha Shursui testified in advance, Hiruzen might not be able to save himself. No, he had to find Uchiha Shursui and kill him before he could speak. Bring more people to monitor the movements of the Uchiha clan. Once you find Uchiha Shursui, kill him immediately and never let him have a chance to speak. Uchiha Shursui, why can't you just die quietly? No, this matter must be communicated to Hiruzen first, and prepare for the worst. Yes. Lord Danzo. Uchiha clan land. Fugaku. You are too weak. In the past few days, the Umbu has added a group of people to monitor us. As the clan leader, shouldn't you have some reaction? Looking at the Sema face in front of him, Uchiha was furious. How could the unruly Uchiha clan have such a clan leader? If Uchiha Fugaku could be tougher, the Uchiha clan would not be in such a situation now. This is blatantly monitoring the Uchiha clan as prisoners. Elder Setsuna, instead of roaring here, you might as well find a way to restrain the restless clan members. As long as we Uchiha do not do anything out of line, even if the Konoha high-level officials dislike the Uchiha clan, there is no reason to do anything to the Uchiha clan. After all, other clans are watching. From this point of view, Uchiha Fugaku's remarks are not wrong. As long as the Uchiha clan does not launch a coup first, the Konoha high-level officials are indeed embarrassed to take action against the Uchiha clan, but if the Konoha high-level officials do not take action, they cannot prevent the Uchiha clan from producing a traitor themselves. If the Uchiha clan kills each other, it is certainly none of the business of the Konoha high-level officials. In this way, not only do they not have to care about the opinions of other clans, but they can also serve as a warning to others. You will regret it, Fugaku. Seeing his attitude, Uchiha Setsuna's eyes were full of disappointment. This is the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. How can he pin his hopes on the attitude of Konoha's high-level officials? Setsuna, I am the clan leader. He was submissive in front of the Konoha high-level officials, but in front of the clan elders, Uchiha Fugaku showed the might of Fugaku with evil eyes. Ha chief. He. Uchiha Setsuna, who was already extremely disappointed, didn't want to waste any more words here, and slammed the door and left on the spot. Banged out. Looking at the still shaking door frame, Uchiha Fugaku sighed secretly. Why couldn't his clansmen understand his difficulties? Is a coup so easy to succeed? Not to mention the combat power of Konoha's high-level officials, Konoha's civilian forces and families alone can overwhelm the current Uchiha clan. If Shisui could stand on his side, maybe there would be a chance for a coup, but from the results of his indirect attack, Shisui obviously would not favor the Uchiha clan. In this case, the hope of a successful coup is even slimmer. Not to mention that Konoha's high-level officials are not weak. Who knows how many people in Konoha's high-level officials know the secret technique of sealing the nine-tailed ghost? What if they send someone to exchange him? How can the remaining Uchiha clan face the menacing Root and Danzo? Everything he did was for the Uchiha. Father, are you still worried about the people in your clan? At this time, Uchiha Itachi's voice came from the door. It's Itachi. Did you hear what I just said? For his eldest son, Uchiha Fugaku is both proud and sad. Itachi has never let him down since he was a child, but since Itachi entered the Umbu, his attitude towards the Uchiha clan has become very subtle. As a father and son, Uchiha Fugaku can naturally see the problem with Itachi, but he just doesn't want to face it. The clan members are too narrow-minded. They only see the Uchiha clan and the clan as one. They have no awareness of being a member of Konoha. This will only isolate the Uchiha clan from Konoha. The clan members deserve what they have today. Having just experienced the death of Shisui today, Uchiha Itachi is in the most emotional period. He spoke without considering that his whole family is a member of the Uchiha clan. Itachi, you need to understand your own identity. With the current situation, is it possible that the Konoha high-level officials have no fault at all? You need to learn to think independently. This eldest son of mine has been completely led astray by Uchiha Shisui. Yes, father. He agreed, but only he knew what he was thinking. Brother, come and practice shuriken with me, you promised me last time. The innocent Uchiha Sasuke didn't understand the tension between his father and brother at all, and just wanted his brother to spend more time with him. Forgive me, Sasuke. I have something to do today. I must ask the third Hokage about Shisui. Sasuke, Itachi is very tired, don't bother him today. As a mother, Uchiha Mikoto saw that her child was in a low mood today, so she stepped forward and took Sasuke away to teach him. Oh okay, then why is it like this again? Hate it. Hokage office. What? You attacked Shisui? And he escaped. The strongest Hokage who had experienced many storms in history was also shocked by Danzo's news. That's Shisui who has Koto Amatsukami. If he turns evil, the entire Konoha high level will probably suffer. Danzo really gave himself a difficult problem. No, before the situation is clear, he must draw a clear line with Danzo. Even if Uchiha Shisui comes to find him, the worst thing is that Danzo will suffer. After all this is for Konoha. Okay, I know what's going on. Danzo, you go back to the root and keep watch. At the same time, increase surveillance on the Uchiha clan. If you find Uchiha Shisui's whereabouts, get rid of him immediately. Things have developed to this point. Now Uchiha Shisui will die. Sarutobi Hiruzen will not count on Uchiha Shisui's saintly heart. If he were treated like this, he would probably turn evil. Danzo's current behavior undoubtedly directly overturned all his previous brainwashing remarks to Uchiha Shisui. Chapter 3. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hiruzen, I think we should act sooner rather than later. Otherwise, by the time the Uchiha clan is well prepared, it will be too late for us to take action. If it were before, Danzo would still support Sarutobi Hiruzen's plan. After all, if he took action himself, he would be criticized to some extent. If he could let the Uchiha clan have internal strife, that would be the best, but now, once the matter of Uchiha Shisui is reported back to the Uchiha clan, there will not be much time left for him and others to make arrangements. If it really comes to that, even if the Konoha high-level officials win in the end, it will be a miserable victory. You have to know that there is more than just Konoha in the ninja world. Once Konoha shows any signs of weakness, other ninja villages will surely rise up and attack it. How long has it been since the Third World War ended? If the affairs of the Uchiha clan are not handled well, it will probably become the fuse of the Fourth World War. This kind of consequence cannot be tolerated by Konoha. Okay, Danzo, I have to think about this matter again. Uchiha Shisui is missing now, and there is still hope for everything. Instead of thinking about it here, it is better to send more people to find Uchiha Shisui as soon as possible. After hearing Danzo's suggestion, Sarutobi Hiruzen also looked distressed. He was the incumbent Hokage. If he really wanted to attack the Uchiha clan directly, he would definitely be the one to take the blame in the end. Even Danzo couldn't bear such a pot. I always let Danzo take the blame, but I didn't expect that this time it would be Danzo's turn to let me take the blame. Has my old friend become smart? Sarutobi Hiruzen, who became Hokage again, felt the importance of power. Whether it was for himself or for Asuma or the Sarutobi clan, he could not abdicate at the moment, let alone be driven off the stage because of major mistakes. Humph. Hiruzen, you are too weak. Do we have to wait until the Uchiha clan is fully prepared before we can passively attack? Shimura Danzo, who was deeply influenced by the second Hokage, had a deep prejudice against the Uchiha clan. Coupled with the temptation of the Sharingan, he really didn't want to gamble with the Uchiha clan's attitude with the current good situation. Danzo, I am the Hokage, this matter should be handled according to my words, and everything will be handled after Uchiha Shisui is dealt with. Ignoring Danzo's radicalism, Sarutobi Hiruzen insisted on his own ideas. Even if Uchiha Shisui was gone, he still had Uchiha Itachi who had been brainwashed successfully. Everything should be handled after Uchiha Itachi sent news. Humph. Hiruzen, you will regret this. Bang. Ignoring Danzo who slammed the door and left, Sarutobi Hiruzen now had a headache about how to deal with the next incident. He didn't know whether Shisui would come first or Uchiha Itachi. Anyway, if something like this happened, these two would definitely ask him for an explanation. They might even fight with him if they disagreed. Now, he didn't have to worry about these two fighting. Uchiha Shisui had been seriously injured by Danzo. The only thing he had to guard against was his Mangekyo Sharingan. He just had to avoid looking him in the eye. There was even less to worry about Uchiha Itachi. This kid was indeed extremely talented, even surpassing Uchiha Shisui, but after all, he was still young and not yet mature. The only difficulty was how to continue to fool them into targeting the Uchiha clan. After all, the dirty work should be left to the Uchiha people themselves. Hokage, Uchiha Itachi wants to see you. At this time, an Umbu suddenly came to deliver the message. Itachi? He came at this time. Is it because of Shisui? Thinking of the bad things Danzo did, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't know how to continue brainwashing Uchiha Itachi. Let him in first. Sarutobi Hiruzen immediately adjusted his mood and restored his usual kind face. Sandem-sama looking at Sarutobi Hiruzen who was handling the documents nonchalantly, Uchiha Itachi wondered for a moment whether he had received the news of Shisui's death. Is it Itachi? You came to see me so late, what's the matter? I have some documents here. I need to rest after finishing them. Itachi, if you come later, I might have already fallen asleep. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen guessed the purpose of Uchiha Itachi's visit, he pretended to be ignorant and said nothing. Sandim-sama, Shisui, was killed. Seeing that Sarutobi Hiruzen was still the same as usual, Uchiha Itachi was sure that the third Hokage didn't know about Shisui's death. What? Itachi, you came here so late at night just to play this kind of joke on me? Shisui's strength is no less than that of a Hokage like me, who else in Konoha can hurt him? Is Shisui Uchiha dead? I don't know if Shisui revealed any information to the Uchiha clan before his death. But judging from Itachi Uchiha's attitude now, everything can still turn around. Fortunately, I didn't agree with Danzo's approach and acted in advance. It was Danzo, the elder Danzo of the root, who attacked brother Shisui. At this point, Uchiha Itachi was so excited that he even showed his Mangekyo Sharingan. This pattern, Mangekyo Sharingan. He can open the Mangekyo at such a young age. It seems that the Uchiha clan can no longer be kept. First it was Shisui, then Itachi. If we wait any longer, we don't know how many Mangekyo Sharingans will appear in the Uchiha clan. At present, Konoha no longer has the wood release of the first generation that can contain the Uchiha clan. It is better for such an unstable clan like the Uchiha clan to disappear. Danzo? Are you sure it's Danzo? He's an elder of Konoha, my brother. I've worked with him for decades, how could I not know him? Danzo's will of fire is definitely not inferior to yours and mine. There must be some misunderstanding here. Is it possible that someone is pretending to be Danzo? That it seems that Shisui has told Uchiha Itachi everything. This is not going to be easy. If Uchiha Itachi hasn't opened his Mangekyo Sharingan, he could be killed directly, but right now we don't know what Uchiha Itachi's eye technique is, so it's not advisable to act rashly. There is no mistake. Danzo led a group of roots to hunt down brother Shisui. Brother Shisui saw all this with his own eyes. No disguise can escape brother Shisui's Mangekyo. Even if Danzo can disguise, are all those roots' accomplishments disguised? In Konoha, besides the roots, only the Hokage can mobilize so many ninjas. Even Uchiha Itachi, who was brainwashed by the will of fire since childhood, could hardly refute the third Hokage when facing Shisui. So, the root is indeed a big suspect. However, Itachi, this matter still needs to be considered in the long run. With Danzo's development of the root over the years, I can only take it down now if I mobilize all the Umbu. Moreover, the root is also a part of Konoha. We cannot sacrifice Konoha's manpower because of someone like Danzo. If both sides are defeated, it will give the enemy village an opportunity to take advantage. I have to think of a perfect solution for this matter. If someone does such a thing to Shisui, even if he is my teammate, I will never let him off easily. Seeing that he could not change Uchiha Itachi's attitude towards Danzo, Sarutobi Hiruzen could only find another way and use delay to increase Dai's offensive. The Sandim-sama has a good point. Itachi is short-sighted. Is this the Hokage-sama's magnanimity? The Sandim-sama must feel bad to have teammates like this. Chapter 4. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Well, I'm sorry to trouble you, Itachi. For now, it's better not to let the Uchiha clan know about Shisui's matter. Otherwise, the already unruly Uchiha clan will probably stage a coup immediately, and the result at that time will only be a lose-lose situation. You should understand this, right? Just in case, Sarutobi Hiruzen also specifically told Uchiha Itachi to take the initiative to help the top leaders cover up. Don't worry, third generation master, I will specially copy a suicide letter for Shisui's death. After all, everything is for Konoha, and I still know the seriousness of the matter. Since the third generation master said so, I should cooperate with the current situation in Konoha. Yes, everything is for Konoha. If only the Uchiha clan and Danzo had your magnanimity, Itachi, you are worthy of being a child who has the thinking of a Hokage since childhood. Seeing that things were far beyond expectations, Uchiha Itachi actually took the initiative to help cover up, and Sarutobi Hiruzen's old face smiled like a chrysanthemum. Looking at Sarutobi Hiruzen's kind smile, Uchiha Itachi looked down on the Uchiha clan's actions even more. A narrow-minded clan still wanted to become Hokage through a coup. Even if the coup succeeded in the end, other families in Konoha would not support the Uchiha clan, not to mention that they were short-sighted and had no idea how serious the consequences of the coup would be. Today's Konoha can no longer withstand the Fourth Ninja World War. Although he did not get the answer he wanted, Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude had successfully convinced Uchiha Itachi. Returning home, looking at the little Sasuke who was still waiting for him, Uchiha Itachi rarely showed a smile on his face. The Uchiha clan didn't care, but he had to protect little Sasuke himself. Uchiha clan land, southeast corner, side room. Ha 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 ha, this power, this is more like it. After a few days of adaptation, Uchiha Shinichi was finally able to flexibly use the strength increase brought by Uchiha Shisui. Now his own strength, even among the Kage level, is one of the stronger ones. As long as he is determined to escape, it is estimated that no one in the ninja world can stop him. However, this strength is still a bit inadequate for the Night of Genocide. On the surface, the Uchiha genocide was done by Uchiha Itachi alone, but in fact, there were Uchiha Obito, Shimura Danzo, Sarutobi Hiruzen and others behind him, plus the members of the Umbu and the Root. Even if he has the strength of a Kage, he will only be beaten to death. Shinichi, what are you so happy about? Our Uchiha clan is in such a critical situation now, how can you still laugh? Uchiha Tiehua, who heard Shinichi's laughter from a distance, looked at his clan brothers in the yard with a dark face. Tiehua, how come you have time to come to see me today? I am not familiar with this guy Tiehua. Isn't it time for another clan meeting? I came to inform you. This brother in front of me is a little weaker, but after all, he is a member of the clan with 2 Magatama Sharingan, so he can be considered a fighting force. Clan meeting. Can a small fry like me participate? Isn't it said that the Uchiha clan meeting is the business of the clan leader and elders and some 3 Magatama elite jonin? On the surface, I am just an ordinary trash chunin. Heh, what are you dreaming of? You want to participate in the clan meeting with your ability? I'm telling you that I'm asking you to maintain order and prevent those Umbu people from eavesdropping. Recently, those old guys in Konoha's upper echelons have become more and more restless. The number of Umbu people monitoring us has suddenly increased a lot, and we're a little short of manpower, so we're asking chunin like you to deal with it temporarily. Hearing Uchiha Shinichi's thoughts, Tiehua almost laughed out loud. Does this guy really have no self-awareness at all? Okay, I'll go right away. For the sake of safety, Uchiha Shinichi doesn't want to change the current situation where the enemy is in the open and I am in the dark. It's good to pretend to be an ordinary chunin, which will also make it easier to do things. I don't need to tell you more about the meeting place, right? Just go there by yourself, I still have to go inform Shisui. After saying that, he disappeared in a flash. Inform Shisui. By now, Uchiha Shisui must have seen that he is too cute. Uchiha clan ancestral hall. Are all the people here? Looking at the crowd below the stage, Uchiha Fugaku asked symbolically, after all, for a clan meeting like this, anyone who couldn't come would inform the clan leader in advance. Clan leader, Uchiha Shisui is not here. Uchiha Shimizu, who was in charge of statistics, sounded a little puzzled. As the first genius of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Shisui should not be absent from such an important event as the clan meeting. Shisui didn't come. Tetsuka. Did Shisui have any temporary mission? Could it be that the Konoha high-level officials are planning to do something weird again? Master clan leader, I didn't find Shisui himself in Shisui's home, I only found this letter. Tiehua handed the letter in his hand to Fugaku with a grim expression. Although he didn't see the content of the letter, he could guess the general content of the letter just by looking at the 4 big words Shisui's last letter on the outside. This is the signboard of the Uchiha clan. How could they do such a thing? There must be some hidden secrets. I hope there will be some clues in the letter. What is this? What? Last words? Shursui, could it be that? The elders around were not blind, and they could see the contents of the envelope with just a glance. This. Holding the letter in his hand, Uchiha Fugaku was in a very complicated mood. Could it be that Shursui was really desperate? Even if this guy couldn't become a fighting force for the Uchiha clan, he could be used to deter the enemy. If that didn't work, he could just give birth to a few more gifted children. Clan leader, open it quickly and see what's going on. Looking at the hesitant Fugaku, Elder Setsuna was very anxious. Shursui is the top fighting force of the Uchiha clan. If something happens to him, the coup plan will be ruined. Hearing the tribesmen urging him, Uchiha Fugaku could only bite the bullet and open the letter. The words were written by Shursui, and the content was what he thought. Shursui was entangled in the deteriorating relationship between his tribesmen and Konoha, and did not want to be caught in a dilemma, so he chose to commit suicide, and died to persuade the tribesmen to give up the demand for a coup. But why did these words reveal a familiar taste? You can see for yourself. I felt from the beginning that a coup would never work, but you insisted on doing it. Now, the strongest fighter of our Uchiha clan is gone. Do you still want to continue the coup? This is a good opportunity to put pressure on the clan members and make them give up the idea of a coup. What? Shursui is really dead? Why could such a talented person be so depressed? Impossible. There must be something hidden behind this. Yes, it must have been done by those guys from Konoha's upper echelons. That's right, we must find out the truth and avenge Shursui. Chapter 5. You are listening at novelfull.audio. No. Are you guys imagining things now? Don't you see the current situation? How can we fight against the Konoha high-ranking officials? Looking at the excited tribesmen, Uchiha Fugaku didn't know what to say for a moment. Hiruzen, the Uchiha clan is holding a clan meeting again, time waits for no one. Feeling the pupil power in his eyes, Danzo became even more envious of the Uchiha's Sharingan. Don't worry, Itachi has already reported that Uchiha Shursui is dead. The Uchiha clan does not know the specific situation of Shursui. With Uchiha Itachi as a card, Sarutobi Hiruzen is obviously more confident. Is he dead? That would be the best, but Uchiha Shursui's eyes are probably in the hands of Uchiha Itachi. We must get them. After all, that kind of eye technique is really worrying. Although I have obtained a Koto Amatsukami Mangekyo, how can I tell Hiruzen about this? It's just that Uchiha Itachi is taking the blame. No, Uchiha Itachi has already awakened his Mangekyo Sharingan. Before we know his eye technique ability, we should try to keep him stable. You must be kidding. That kid has 2 pairs of Mangekyo Sharingan. If we force him to death at this time, what if he goes all out? Not to mention what his eye technique is, even Uchiha Shursui's Koto Amatsukami may not be able to defend against it. It's better to be safe. If we use Uchiha to defeat Uchiha, Itachi still has great value. What? How old is that kid this year? He has already opened the Mangekyo Sharingan at this age. No, Hiruzen, this kid must not be allowed to live. I didn't expect that Uchiha Itachi's talent is even higher than Uchiha Shursui's. He must be eliminated. This dangerous person must not be allowed to grow up. Oh, then go ahead. I will list you as a traitor in advance. If you succeed, everyone will be happy. If you fail, just get ready to run away. I will help manage the route. Danzo is really stupid. How long has the incident with Uchiha Shursui happened? Even a fool would be on guard. You still want to attack Uchiha Itachi at this time? You are such a useless thing. You deserve to be my black glove. No wonder Tobirama didn't choose you to be the Hokage. Hiruzen, you, humph. You are so good, Sarutobi Hiruzen with thick eyebrows and big eyes. I am trying to eliminate the hidden danger for you with good intentions, but you are thinking of attacking my roots. It's not that I don't want to support you, but to eliminate the hidden danger of the Uchiha clan, you still have to rely on that brat Uchiha Itachi. After he has eliminated the Uchiha clan, I will definitely support you if you want to take action against him. Should we move the plan forward? Shirsue's death has definitely alerted the Uchiha clan. Even with Uchiha Itachi's cover, it is estimated that it will not last long. Humph, then let that brat live a little longer. Uchiha Itachi, I will leave my Mangekyo Sharingan with you for now. In the next few days, I will discuss with Itachi the issue of executing the Uchiha clan. When the time comes, your route should be prepared in advance, so as not to leak the news in a hurry. If I can solve the Uchiha clan, the biggest hidden danger of Konoha, I can be regarded as fulfilling my teacher's last wish, right? It should have been done long ago. Don't worry, we at the root will never let anyone escape alive. Is it finally starting? The evil Uchiha clan, just hand over your Sharingan. Uchiha clan, Uchiha Shinichi's residence. While getting familiar with the surging power in his body, Shinichi began to plan his next move. According to the original plot, not long after Uchiha Shirsue died, Itachi, the traitor, began his genocide. Although his strength was enough to protect himself, people live in groups. Even if he escaped from Konoha, he didn't know where to go. Would he join the Akatsuki organization like Uchiha Itachi and live a wandering life with no guarantee of safety from day to night? Uchiha Itachi was registered as a traitor in Konoha. Others' main job is undercover. As a traitor, I probably have to be on my guard 365 days a year to prevent Danzo's root from hunting and killing him to take his eyes. Although I am not afraid of these guys, I can't stand such harassment. With the support of Konoha's population and the financial resources of the Land of Fire, Danzo will not feel bad no matter how many people die. What can I use to fight him? Besides, why should I be driven out of Konoha? I, Uchiha Shinichi, can bear this in my 2 lives. Passive defense and escaping from reality are not my style. I have to take the initiative. Do you like genocide? Are you an evil Uchiha? Then don't blame me for carrying out evil to the end. I am an evil Uchiha. Isn't it just genocide? Let's practice with the Sarutobi clan first. Night. The scarlet moon hangs high in the sky, and with a few dark clouds as a backdrop, the whole Konoha looks like a storm is coming. Sarutobi clan, Asuma's residence. Due to the discord between father and son, Asuma moved out of Sarutobi Hiruzen's residence early and lived alone. Especially after the Night of the Nine Tails, because of the death of his mother Biwako, Sarutobi Asuma's feelings towards his father became even worse. Hong should like this gift, right? Should I find a chance to confess tomorrow? Forget it, let's take it slow. Anyway, everyone knows my feelings for Hong, and no one dares to interfere and pursue Hong. I have plenty of time to take it slow. After putting away the gift box on the table, Asuma was about to wash up and get ready for bed. Indeed no one dares to interfere. After all, you are the son of the Hokage. Who dares to offend you? Uchiha Shinichi, who had been observing for a while, emerged from the darkness. Who are you? What is your purpose in breaking into our Sarutobi clan late at night? This is the base camp of the Sarutobi clan. There is someone who can sneak in quietly. It seems that the opponent's strength should not be underestimated. Facing the man who suddenly appeared, Sarutobi Asuma has already started to think about how to send an early warning signal to the clan members while protecting his own safety. Purpose? It's not a big deal. I came to you today mainly for the prosperity and stability of Konoha. The Sarutobi clan, which is born evil, has now become the biggest cancer on the big tree of Konoha. Nearly 10,000 Sarutobi clan members have seized the big tree of Konoha and madly squeezed nutrients to achieve the purpose of enriching themselves. Asuma, in order to implement the will of fire, are you willing to kill your relatives for the sake of justice? Come one by one, first kill Sarutobi, then kill Shimura, who wouldn't ignore the overall situation and mess up. After destroying these major families, Konoha will probably be weak for a while. I don't believe that under this situation, the group of high-level officials will dare to continue to weaken Konoha's combat power to massacre the Uchiha clan. In that case, if they still want to destroy the Uchiha clan, it is estimated that the entire Konoha will have to be buried with the Uchiha. Chapter 6. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If the Konoha high-ups really want to do that, then it doesn't matter. I may not be the strongest, but I, Uchiha Shinichi, have never been afraid of anyone. At worst, I can be a guide for Kumogakure and Tsushigakure. Anyway, I'm a time traveler and don't have much sense of belonging to Konoha. You guys do the first day, and I'll skip the 15th and do the 30th. What on earth are you talking about? Our Sarutobi clan is the main clan of the current Hokage and the backbone of Konoha. How can you slander us? Who on earth is this guy who dares to speak so arrogantly and slander the reputation of our Sarutobi clan? I know it's hard for you to understand, and I don't intend to let you understand. I just need a tool to execute the plan. Technique, Kodo Ematsukami. As Uchiha Shinichi finished speaking, a complex octagonal pattern came into view. As the eye technique was activated, a wisp of blood and tears slowly flowed from his eye sockets accompanied by bursts of pain. Asuma, the Sarutobi clan is the biggest cancer of Konoha. For the sake of peace and stability in Konoha and the continuation of the will of fire, the Sarutobi clan must be exterminated. It's time to prove your generosity. Go ahead and kill all the Sarutobi clan members. Don't worry about the infamy you carry. Everything you do is for Konoha. With the implantation of this central idea, Asuma was like a chicken blood. The Sarutobi Asuma in front of him was more fanatical than Uchiha Shursui and more ruthless than Uchiha Itachi. I understand. For the will of fire and Konoha, I, Asuma Sarutobi, have no choice but to do it. After saying that, Asuma prepared his equipment and detonating tags on his own. Uchiha Shinichi at the side also transformed into Asuma's appearance. After all, with Asuma's weak strength, it was impossible for him to destroy the Sarutobi clan. He would probably be subdued by the masters of the Sarutobi clan before he killed a few people. I have to help him. In the original work, the Sarutobi clan has 3,000 ninjas. What a huge resource. If I sacrifice these 3,000 people, I guess I can break through to the 6 paths level in a minute, right? No, this. Most of the 3,000 ninjas are probably Chunin and Genin, and there shouldn't be many Jonin. After all, being a ninja depends on talent. If there are really 3,000 Jonin, it means there must be at least tens of thousands of Chunin and Genin. The size of the Sarutobi clan must be supported by at least hundreds of thousands of clan members. It's impossible to think about it, forget it, it doesn't matter if there are fewer Jonin. The Sarutobi clan, who are born evil, can become the nourishment of Uchiha Shinichi. This is your honor. I will make good use of your contribution to exterminate the Shimura clan. You can go to the underworld to help the Shimura clan explore the way. I'm ready. Carrying a large bag of detonating tags, Asuma looked at the lights of thousands of houses in the distance, his eyes showing endless disgust. What a narrow-minded and stupid clan, how can you be happy and healthy without the protection of Konoha? You actually rely on the advantages of the Hokage clan to absorb the nutrients of Konoha? You are courting your own destruction. My father, who is the Hokage, actually tacitly supports this practice. This is completely contrary to the will of fire of Konoha. I, Asuma, will never allow this to happen. Let me, Asuma Sarutobi, clean up the mess tonight. I will kill those my father doesn't want to kill, and I will do what my father doesn't want to do. I will kill first and report later. Everything is for Konoha. Are you ready? Then start to act. Time waits for no one. Don't worry about the enemy's large numbers. I will cover you from behind. With my strength close to the peak level of Kage, I can walk sideways with the Sarutobi clan at present. Even Sarutobi Hiruzen can't stop me. In order to prevent the Sandame's move of heaven and earth living together, I have specially chosen this time period to come. Now our Hokage is probably still working overtime in the Hokage building, thinking about how to get rid of the Uchiha clan without damaging his reputation. Asuma? How come you have time to come to my place today? You haven't been here for quite a while. Sarutobi Momonosuke is quite caring towards this cousin. After all, His father is the patriarch of the Sarutobi clan and the third Hokage, so it is necessary to have a good relationship with him. Swish dot swish swish dot. A series of stabs left Sarutobi Momonosuke without the strength to even scream out in pain. With a flash of darkness in front of his eyes, Momonosuke's sight began to slowly tilt as his body fell, and the last ray of light froze on the butcher knife that Sarutobi Asuma raised and swung at his wife and daughter. Why? Why did Asuma do this? We are all from the same clan. No one paid attention to Sarutobi Momonosuke's unwillingness, just like no one paid attention to the despair of the Uchiha clan in the original book. A jonin? Something is better than nothing. It seems that Shursui has developed a taste for things. He took out the scroll and put away Momonosuke's body. Uchiha Shin had no interest in the bodies of his wife and daughter. He no longer cared about the bodies of people lower than jonin. Besides, we have to leave some bloody scenes to stimulate our dear third Hokage. Just as the rich and powerful do not return to their hometowns, they are like the rich and powerful who walk in the night. Killing people without leaving corpses is like missing half of it. Asuma, be a little more cruel. We don't need to talk about morality when it comes to these ninjas who are sucking blood from Konoha. The knife killed her with one blow, and she died without any pain. Asuma is too kind-hearted. He can't be reluctant to kill her just because she is a woman. He should treat everyone equally. I understand. They are also the ones who absorb nutrients from Konoha. I was not used to it just now, but I won't do that now. Looking at the mother and daughter lying in a pool of blood, Asuma forced himself to suppress the weakness in his heart and kept hypnotizing himself that all this was for Konoha. The massacre continued. If Asuma could solve the problem, Uchiha Gen would be responsible for collecting the bodies. If Asuma could not solve the problem, Uchiha Gen would be responsible for sneak attacks. No matter how strong you are, try to stay as the sixth one, and never confront head-on if you can sneak attack. Asuma, let Mika go, she is your distant cousin. The only response he got was Asuma's ruthless knife. Asuma, do you remember? I held you in my arms when we were little. Do you have to be so cruel to me today? Asuma, you are unworthy of being a member of the Sarutobi clan. Even if I become a ghost, I will not let you go. Swish, swish, swish. Brother Asuma, I'm Minako. We played ninja games together when we were little. The night was getting darker and darker, and the massacre was still going on. Uchiha Shinichi sensed that a large group of Sarutobi had already noticed something was wrong and were rushing over here. That's exactly what I want. This way we don't have to look for them one by one. Asuma, get ready. I understand, sir. As more and more Sarutobi ninjas arrived, Asuma and Uchiha Shinichi were surrounded. Asuma, are you crazy? Do you know what you are doing? As one of the top warriors of the Sarutobi clan, Sarutobi Hirosuke looked at the clan members lying in a pool of blood, and looked at Sarutobi Asuma covered in blood with an angry face. Chapter 7. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Of course I know what I'm doing. I've never been so clear-headed as I am today. The Sarutobi clan has become the cancer of Konoha. I'm scraping the bone and curing the poison for Konoha. Shaking off the blood on the short blade, Asuma looked at the tribesmen around him with a fanatical face. What is the cancer of Konoha? Is that what your father taught you? Our Sarutobi clan is the core pillar of Konoha. If it weren't for the thousands of ninjas of our Sarutobi clan, who knows what Konoha would become? Listening to Asuma's fallacy, Sarutobi Ototo was furious. Is this what the son of the clan leader said? Thousands of ninjas? The core pillars? Do you want to read what you are talking about? How many people did the Sarutobi clan have when they first joined Konoha? If we talk about the core pillars, shouldn't it be the Senju and Uchiha clans? At the very least, it's the Hyuga, Inoshikacho clans. How come our Sarutobi clan has become the core pillar? How come there are so many ninjas who have left their jobs? And you still say that you are not riding on Konoha's head and sucking blood. Humph, an evil and narrow-minded clan, how can the tolerance of my Sarutobi Asuma be understood by short-sighted people like you? I don't know where you learned this rebellious speech, but don't forget that Asuma, your last name is Sarutobi, and you still have the blood of the Sarutobi clan flowing in your veins. Damn it, if it weren't for the fact that you are Hiruzen's son, I would have to clean up the mess today. The blood of the Sarutobi clan is on your body. Are you referring to the blood stains on the knife? Hearing the old man's words, Sarutobi Asuma shook off the blood stains on the knife provocatively. Asuma, you are courting death. Even if Hiruzen comes today, he can't save you. Come, take Asuma down, break his limbs, and wait for Hiruzen to come back and let him deal with it personally. The blood splashed on his face, and Sarutobi Yuta couldn't bear it. The person lying on the ground was his own daughter. Yes, Master Yuta. The Sarutobi ninjas began to surround Asuma. Be gentle, after all, he is Hiruzen's son, don't kill him. After all, Asuma is just an ordinary jonin, and Sarutobi Hirasuke is afraid that his relatives will be blinded by anger and hit Asuma too hard to death. Hige, what do you mean? His son's life is life, but my daughter's and grandson's life are not life. Now Sarutobi Yuta has lost his mind a little, and he is simply bombing anyone who touches him. Yuta, that's not what I meant. After all, Hiruzen is the clan leader. He must handle such a big matter personally. Seeing Yuta Sarutobi's bloodshot eyes, Hirasuke Sarutobi suspected that if he was a member of the Uchiha clan, he would have awakened the Sharingan by now. I don't care. I will kill Asuma Sarutobi today. Even the third Hokage couldn't stop him. That's what I said. It's not just his daughter who died. I don't believe that Sarutobi Hiruzen dared to ignore the opinions of his tribe members and forcibly save Asuma. Oh my, are you starting to discuss the disposal of the spoils? You guys don't take me, Asuma Sarutobi, seriously at all. Are you so sure you can take me down? Uchiha Shinichi, wearing Asuma's skin, looked around at the Sarutobi ninjas. With this number, all the people who should come have come, and the rest are probably not in the clan. Let's harvest them first. Humph, Asuma, you are just a mere jonin. People usually flatter you for the sake of the sandame, but do you really take yourself seriously? Don't listen to his nonsense, take action. I, Yuta Sarutobi, will take care of anything. Yuta Sarutobi, who lost his daughter and grandson, was completely blinded by hatred. Humph, just a bunch of you scum. Shisui-style flickering technique. As the secret technique was performed, the Sarutobi ninjas in front of him fell down in groups like wheat being cut. In just a few minutes, nearly 10 jonins had become the dead souls under Uchiha Shinichi's sword. Uchiha Shinichi, who has a strength close to the peak Kage level, performed Shisui-style flickering technique, which is more powerful than the flickering technique performed by Uchiha Shisui himself. After all, even Uchiha Shisui himself does not have the strength of Uchiha Shinichi now. When did this guy Asuma become so powerful? Everyone, quickly form a formation, and collectively use Earth Escape to change the terrain and trap this guy. Looking at the tribesmen falling down in groups, Sarutobi Hikaru, with tears on his face, commanded the tribesmen to jointly deal with the demon in front of them. Humph, more people. Will it work? Shadow Clone Technique. With 10 Uchiha Shinichi's shadow clones joining the battlefield, the Sarutobi ninjas died even faster. You are definitely not Asuma, who are you? Such strength is slightly better than Sarutobi Hiruzen. With Asuma's aptitude, even if he started practicing since his mother's womb, he would not be able to reach such a high level. Moreover, according to his understanding, Asuma has been focusing on love recently and has not practiced much. What? Elder Hikaru can't face reality? I, Asuma Sarutobi, am not a big shot, why do I need someone to pretend to be me? While chatting, they chopped vegetables and melons. Soon, a large number of ninjas from the Sarutobi clan died. Some of the more rational ones tried to escape and seek help, but in front of Shisui's instant body technique, all these were futile struggles. Are you Uchiha Shisui? Are the Uchiha clan planning to rebel? So they asked you to attack my Sarutobi clan? This kind of instant body technique can only be performed by the legendary instant body Shursui. Although Sarutobi Hirasuke has never seen it with his own eyes, he has heard of this person more or less. Uchiha Shursui. Ha 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 ha, the funniest joke of the year, forget it, just treat me as Uchiha Shursui. After saying that, without giving Sarutobi Hirasuke a chance to retort, he instantly moved and raised his sword. Looking at the slowly tilting sight in front of him, Sarutobi Hirasuke knew that he was coming. That I am really unwilling to accept the end of my life. I hope Hiruzen can find the clues I left behind. Humph, do you really think that this little trick can escape my Mangekyo Sharingan? Naive, however, considering the relationship between Itachi and Shursui, it is just right to put the blame on Shursui. It can not only divert hatred, but also provoke the relationship between Sarutobi Hiruzen and Uchiha Itachi. Asuma, I think all the ninjas left in the Sarutobi clan have died here. The remaining old, weak, women and children are left to you. You must wipe out the roots and leave no one alive. Even the eggs laid by the hens must be scattered. Born evil Uchiha. Yes, I am. Got it, Master Shinichi, everything is for Konoha. Without any nostalgia for the tribesmen on the ground, Asuma picked up the short blade and searched every house around him. In order to improve efficiency, he even used a shadow clone. Chapter 8. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ignoring Asuma, who continued to wield the butcher knife, Uchiha Shinichi began to use his shadow clone to collect the bodies of the Sarutobi clan's jonin. These were precious sacrifices, and he had to collect them before Sarutobi Hiruzen arrived. Asuma's killing continued until Uchiha Shinichi finished cleaning up the battlefield. It seemed that the Sarutobi clan had more ordinary members besides ninjas. We have to run away, our dear Sandaime will probably be here soon. After a busy night, Uchiha Shinichi tidied himself up, wiped off the blood on his body, and removed the smell on his body before quietly leaving the Sarutobi clan's territory. The night is getting darker and the killing continues. Asuma, you beast, look at what you have done. These are all your beloved relatives, friends, brothers and sisters. Sarutobi Hiruzen, who arrived late with the umbu, looked at the tribesman lying in a pool of blood, and his heart twitched. All these were done by his rebellious son. When did he have such strength? When Sarutobi Hiruzen heard the news from the tribesman that Asuma was madly slaughtering his compatriots, he thought he was hallucinating at first. If it weren't for the repeated confirmation of those tribesmen who delivered the message, he would not bother to pay attention to their nonsense talk. Humph, father, all I have done is for you. As the current Hokage, you have allowed your family to take advantage of Konoha and suck its blood for its own benefit. How can you face the previous Hokage after you die? As the Hokage of Konoha, you don't even have this concept of avoiding suspicion. Father is really not worthy of being this Hokage. Look at the first and second generations. How did the other Senju clan do it? You rebellious son, you did such a rebellious thing, and you still have the nerve to say it's for me? How could our Sarutobi clan produce such a cruel and inhumane thing like you? This is definitely strange. Asuma's strength is definitely not enough to reach this level. Where are the patrolling ninjas in the group? Why haven't they appeared yet? Have they all been dealt with by Asuma? Where are Hikaru and Yuta? Are they just watching Asuma slaughtering his compatriots? Father, you are so narrow-minded that you certainly cannot understand my magnanimity. You keep talking about clans. Have you forgotten that besides being the head of the Sarutobi clan, you are also the third Hokage appointed by the second Hokage? Are you living up to the second Hokage's expectations of you by enriching yourself like this? Is this how you repay the second Hokage's kindness? Old man, I, Asuma Sarutobi, am ashamed to be his son. Shaking off the scraps of meat on the knife, Asuma threw away the already curled ninja sword, pulled out the spare knife from his back, and planned to continue his cause of exterminating the clan. The parasites of the Sarutobi clan were too fertile. After chopping them for so long, there were still so many that slipped through the net. Asuma, you dare to commit a crime in front of me? You are absolutely lawless. Even if you are my son, I will never show mercy to you if you commit such a crime. Asuma's words and deeds are completely different from before. There must be a mastermind behind everything today. Let's subdue Asuma first. Humph, soft-hearted. Since I did it, I have no intention of leaving alive today. Fire style, great fireball technique. Asuma, who has gone crazy with killing, dares to take the initiative to attack even against the strongest Hokage in history. Lyohua, you lead the first team to search for suspicious persons. Baiya, you lead the second team to rescue the survivors. Leave this to me. Today I must teach this beast a lesson. Earth escape, Earth formation wall. Bang. Sarutobi Hiruzen arranged the umbu while performing ninjutsu to deal with Asuma's attack. Yes, Sandaime-sama. Swish in a flash, only the Sandaime Hokage and Asuma were left on the battlefield. You beast, it's not too late for you to turn back now. There must be a mastermind behind this. As long as Asuma can put the blame on the mastermind, he should be able to save his life. Ha 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 ha, ridiculous, really ridiculous. Old man, look around, look at those guys lying in a pool of blood, their bodies are still warm, and you, as the Sandaime Hokage, are you here to protect the murderer who killed them? With you as the Hokage and the clan leader, their deaths are really not unjust. Fire style, ashes burn. Asuma, who was extremely sarcastic, did not stop his actions. A burst of smoke filled the air, accompanied by flying gravel, and when Sarutobi Hiruzen came to his senses, there was no trace of Asuma in front of him. Huh? Did you run away? Asuma, what on earth did you go through? After a moment of perception, Sarutobi Hiruzen calmed his thoughts and rushed in the direction Asuma left. Ignoring Sarutobi Hiruzen who was chasing behind him, Asuma knew that he was no match for this Kage-level warrior. He just wanted to delay time and kill more parasites. Ah, Asuma, you will die a horrible death. Humph, don't worry, I will go down to accompany you later. As the son of the tribe leader, Asuma will of course lead by example. I still have some tolerance. Faced with the tribe members dying in front of him, Asuma's heart did not stir at all. A group of insects, dead is dead. Asuma, you beast, stop it now. He thought Asuma was planning to escape, and Sarutobi Hiruzen had some sympathy for him, so he planned to let Asuma go for the time being, and then go to Asuma privately to understand the situation. Unexpectedly, this rebellious son not only did not escape, but also dared to stay and kill people. Stop. Impossible, I am clearing the sins of our Sarutobi clan. Look at these scums. After killing them for so long, there are still so many left. Old man, how much personal gain have you made from the position of Hokage over the years? I'm afraid the Senju clan didn't have so many members back then, right? You evil and selfish clan, it's a waste of Konoha's food to keep them. Let me, Asuma, send you off for the last time. Damn it, Asuma, you forced me to do this. Biwako, forgive me, if this continues, the Sarutobi clan will really be finished. Ninja technique Shuriken Shadow Clone technique. Looking at Asuma who was not going to stop, Sarutobi Hiruzen could no longer care that this was his own son. For the sake of the Sarutobi clan, he had to stop him. Humph, old man, are you finally serious? This is what a Hokage should be like. You killed so many people, and you are still thinking of showing mercy. Your selfishness is obvious. I really don't know how many unfair things you have done over the years. Looking at the shurikens flying in the sky, Asuma looked at the tearful Sarutobi Hiruzen with a mocking look on his face. Earth-style earth flow wall. Bang bang bang. Shua. Although the earth style has blocked part of the attack, some of the shurikens in the sky still hit Asuma. After all, it was just an earth style performed by a jonin. Facing the serious Sandaime Hokage, Asuma was no match for him at all. Chapter 9. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Puff. A large mouthful of blood spurted out of his mouth, and Asuma could no longer hold on and fell to the ground. Asuma, who was hit by the giant shuriken, was just like Iruka who protected Naruto in the original work, except that Asuma was now in a worse state than teacher Iruka. Asuma, no matter what the reason is, I will make the murderer pay the price. Picking up the nearly unconscious Asuma, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were filled with fierceness. Next day. Sanchuan, have you heard about what happened last night? In the Konoha pub, groups of diners were gossiping about the recent events. Taro, you mean the tragedy of the Sarutobi clan, right? Hey, who doesn't know about such a big thing? I can't believe that Asuma, who usually looks honest and calm, can do such a thing. Such a tragic and vicious incident, even if Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to suppress it, it is not too difficult for a civilian ninja like Mikawa to get the specific information. You don't know this, right? As the saying goes, you can know a person's face but not his heart. The hearts of these big families are dark. The Sandaime has raised Asuma for so many years, but he still doesn't know his heart. Taro looked like a teacher, speculating on the dark side of the big families. Yes, I heard that the Sarutobi clan was almost wiped out this time. Although I am very sad, the vacant ninja positions will give us civilian ninjas more opportunities, right? Although he said he was sad, there was no trace of sadness on Mikawa's face, and he even had a little joy. Humph, what are you thinking? That's the Hokage's clan, how can it be so easy to wipe out the clan? My previous team leader worked in the Umbu, and I heard from him that the only people who died last night were the ninjas who stayed in the clan and ordinary civilians. A small number of Sarutobi ninjas who were on missions and Umbu duty were not in the clan at all. Kawashi, who was aroused by gossip, obviously had some connections and knew more unknown inside stories. What Kawashi said is right. The Sarutobi clan will at most suffer some serious injuries this time. It is not so easy to wipe out the clan. Besides, you, a 10,000-year-old Chunin with no talent, want to get into the system? There are so many families in Konoha, it will not be your turn even if they line up, so just give up. Konoha is not a democratic place. The class assignment in the ninja school depends on your background. The class assignment after graduation also depends on your background. Applying for the Chunin exam also requires the recommendation of a Jonin, not to mention the promotion of a Chunin to a Jonin. Without some connections, even if you have the ability, you can only do the work of a Jonin and enjoy the benefits of a Chunin. Huh. Such a big thing happened last night. No, we have to find a way to pass the information back to the village. Some spies from other villages among the diners also took quick action. Uchiha clan leader's residence. Brother, please teach me your shuriken throwing technique. I've been waiting for a long time. Looking at Itachi who was about to leave, Sasuke tried to stop him with dissatisfaction, his eyes revealing deep attachment. Forgive me, Sasuke. I will teach you next time. We have a mission today. After tapping Sasuke's forehead, Uchiha Itachi took the ninja tool bag and left without looking back. Damn it, my brother is so annoying. Covering his forehead, Sasuke's heart was filled with resentment. Fugaku, Itachi seems to be a little bit abnormal recently. As a mother, Uchiha Mikoto is naturally aware of the changes in her son's condition during this period. Maybe it's because of Shirsue's matter. Don't worry about him. Itachi has his own ideas now. We just need to support his choice. Since joining the Umbu, Itachi's words and deeds have completely leaned towards the top. Fugaku knows this very well, but he can't do anything to Itachi. The few times he tried to persuade him always ended in bad mood. A double agent, Itachi must be feeling bad now, right? If I had known, I wouldn't have let him join the Umbu. Do you support his choice? Uchiha Mikoto is also a ninja, and she has some guesses about what her son is doing now. Nanha River. You came. I am coming. You shouldn't have come. But I still came. What happened last night is now under martial law in the entire Konoha. How dare someone like you come here to meet me in such a high profile? It's just Konoha, I think no one can stop me. After all, I am Uchiha Madara. Were you the one behind what happened last night? The Sarutobi clan is not worth my planning. If it were the Uchiha clan, I would be very interested. What do you want to talk to me about today? Isn't it him? It seems that there is someone else behind the scenes. Konoha is really in a troubled time right now. Those narrow-minded people in the clan are still thinking about internal fighting at this critical moment. It seems that it is time for me to make a decision. You already have those eyes, right? You are worthy of being the one I chose. Have you made up your mind about my previous suggestion? If you hesitate any longer, Konoha's powder keg will probably explode. This guy is really scary. He has opened the Mangekyo Sharingan at this age. If I hadn't secretly arranged for White Zetsu to monitor his actions and know this important information in advance, I might have fallen into his hands without being prepared. What? How could this guy know this? I only told the Sandaime about opening the Mangekyo Sharingan. Could it be that? Are you surprised? No need to be. I have more methods than you can imagine. Gathering intelligence is nothing to me. Itachi has been using the Mangekyo for so long, but he has never tried the Mangekyo SI technique. He is really patient. However, with White Zetsu watching him, he will know Itachi's Mangekyo I technique sooner or later. He still needs to be on guard before meeting him. Is that so? I will decide the fate of the Uchiha clan myself. As for whether to join your so-called organization, we'll talk about it later. It seems that the information was not leaked from the Sandaime. This guy must have some kind of surveillance method that is difficult to detect. Is he under surveillance at all times now? Could it be that kind of the effect of pupil technique? We'll talk about it later. Do you have any choice then? It's up to you, but you'd better inform me before you act. After all, the Uchiha clan is a 1,000-year-old clan. Your current strength is not enough to complete the plan, and I also have a little need to collect Sharingan. Although Madara has kept some 3 Magatama Sharingan for backup, it has been so many years after all. Take this opportunity to collect some fresh 3 Magatama. Okay, got it. Are you planning to take over the Sharingan? He can turn off his Sharingan at will, so he's obviously from the Uchiha clan. In this case, do you need an extra Sharingan? Izanami. Chapter 10. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Uchiha Shinichi's residence. Looking at the corpse in front of him, Shinichi was a little confused. It took 20 Jonin corpses to reach the peak Kage level. If he continues like this, he will go blind before he reaches the Super Kage level. Rubbing his stinging eyes, looking at the blood on his hands with blurred vision, Uchiha Shinichi was a little afraid to sacrifice anymore. The cost-effectiveness of this was too low. Even if he became a Super Kage in the end, he would only be a blind one. A blind Super Kage probably couldn't even beat an ordinary Kage. Eyes are too important for a strong man, and even more important for the strong men of the Uchiha clan. His vision has begun to blur, and he can no longer waste his pupil power on these Jonin trash. Before he finds a way to restore his pupil power, he can no longer use the pupil technique of sacrifice. When he sacrificed Uchiha Shursui before, he was able to restore some of his pupil power, but now the night of genocide has not yet begun. Where will so many Uchiha members come from to sacrifice for him? Could it be, to dig up their own grave? This is not good. Late at night, Uchiha Shinichi, who had changed his clothes, sneaked away from the patrols and walked alone towards the back of the ancestral hall. Earth escaped the technique of the fish in the earth. A series of hand seals flashed, and Uchiha Shinichi's body slowly sank into the ground. In the sealed space, a pool of meat was crawling with maggots. Vomit. Oh my God, how come he is like this after only being dead for such a short time? I even picked a member of the clan who just died. Looking at the rotten meat, Uchiha Shinichi's heart sank. It seems that the way of worshipping ancestors to become stronger is not feasible. There are only 2 ways in front of him now. Either wait until the night of genocide and take the opportunity to enrich himself. Or find a way to get the body of Hashirama Senju from Danzo. As the main planner of the wood release experiment, the body of Hashirama Senju is definitely in Danzo's hands, but the problem is that Danzo, this old bastard, usually has a lot of root members to protect him, and his own strength should not be underestimated. Now with Shirsui's Mangekyo Sharingan and an unknown number of Izanami to back him up, he can't do anything with his current strength. Wait. It's not easy to attack Danzo, but it's very convenient to attack the other two elders. Mitaman N and Uchiha Koharu are two scumbags. Not only are they weak, but their subordinates are not as exaggerated as those of Danzo and the third Hokage. The most important thing is that they are weak, but they have considerable power and a very good relationship with the third Hokage and Danzo. If we start with them, the plan to take the body of Hashirama Senju may not fail. No, calm down, I have to go back and think about it carefully. Such a big thing, if there is any mistake, I will have to run away. The next day. That is this the clan land of the Uchiha clan? It feels more majestic than our Uchiha clan. Who is the first wealthy family in Konoha? These bastards in the upper echelons have really made a lot of money over the years. Quietly looking at the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Shinichi left a shadow clone to monitor Uchiha Koharu's travel patterns, and turned to the Mitaman clan. It is obviously not feasible to use the small situation plan to deal with Asuma Sarutobi to control Konoha elders like Uchiha Koharu. Asuma is just a jonin, and the third Hokage will only arrange people to look after him privately when he goes to the battlefield. But elders like Uchiha Koharu are different. Their heads are full of Konoha secrets and their strength is weak. If they are caught by the enemy, it will be a disaster for Konoha. Therefore, although the defense forces around the two are not as good as those of Danzo and the third Hokage, they are already strong enough compared to the defense forces of ordinary ninja clan leaders. With his current strength, it is not a difficult task to eliminate these defense forces, but it is difficult to do it quietly without being discovered. If the movement is too loud and noticed by the Umbu, his entire plan will fail, and he may even get into trouble. 1 week later. I'm impressed. Are these two old guys so homebodies? Do they never go out unless it's important? For a whole week, the only time they went out was when the third generation invited them. This won't work. Although the Sarutobi clan was crippled by him, the atmosphere of the Uchiha clan has not changed at all. The Umbu monitoring the surrounding areas has not reduced at all. It seems that even though Konoha's strength has weakened a lot, the Sandaime and a group of high-ranking officials are still determined to destroy the Uchiha clan. Walking aimlessly on the streets of Konoha, Uchiha Shinichi was thinking about how to break the situation. Go to hell, you demon fox, I have nothing to sell you. Uzumaki Naruto, who had already entered the ninja school, looked at the store owner with an ugly attitude. Although he felt uncomfortable, he still chose not to take action. He had successfully refined chakra, and even if he was just a child, he was no longer someone that ordinary civilians could deal with. If he really started fighting, the store owner would definitely not get away with it. Unfortunately, his past experience and the eyes of those around him told him that he must not take action, otherwise he would be attacked by everyone. Huh? Demon Fox. Uzumaki Naruto. The third generation, this old thing is really hypocritical. It's so obvious that even a fool knows that this kid is a Jinchuriki, and he still talks about protection. Wait. Demon Fox. Jinchuriki. Nine-tailed beast. Infinite chakra. The strongest tailed beast. What if I sacrificed the nine-tailed beast? What's with this strong malice? Someone is plotting against me. Who is this? The evil Uchiha? Damn, these guys are really haunting me. The nine tails in Naruto's body felt Uchiha Shinichi's gaze and began to riot, but the seal left by the fourth Hokage was too strong, and Naruto was still young, so there was no chance for him to take advantage of his emotions. Should I do it? As long as I sacrifice the nine tails, I can walk sideways under the six paths, and the sealed nine tails has no power to resist, so I don't have to waste a lot of my pupil power to suppress it. It's very cost-effective. The strongest of the Umbu around are only at the elite Jonin level. I am completely confident that I can kill them without alerting others. After hesitating for a long time, Uchiha Shinichi decided to give up the idea of sacrificing the nine tails. The risk of this behavior is too great. Without the nine tails, Uzumaki Naruto will definitely die. As the son of the six paths, every reincarnation should attract the attention of the Six-Paths Sage. Besides, if the Ninetales is really sacrificed by himself, as the creator of the tailed beasts, will the Six-Paths Sage have no reaction? You have to know that his eye technique sacrifices his soul together. The Ninetales probably has no chance of resurrection after its death, whether it is Naruto or the Ninetales, they can trigger the Six-Paths Sage's hidden thunder, and his current strength must not touch them.